Hi everyone, so I thought I'd do a quick look for you today using one of the Juvia's Place palettes that I purchased here not too long ago. And this one is called the Nubian. I would say this is one of the more like approachable, easy for everyday palettes. The other palettes I find the color combinations to be a little challenging, but this one I'm able to do a variety of looks that I feel like are pretty easy to wear day to day, and it's not super colorful, but there are some surprising shades in this palette that I feel like at first glance it looks like, you know, it doesn't look like there's a ton of variety, but then you actually start using the shadows and it's shocking. So let's just get into how I put this on my face. So the first thing I did was take this kind of light, medium, very warm, sort of orangey brown, and I just applied that with a Sephora number 10 Pro Crease Brush, just a big fluffy brush, and just kind of put a bunch of it on my eyeballs. And what I used for primer today was the MAC Studio Fix Concealer in NC10. It's a little bit more sheer and doesn't have a super matte finish, so I feel like it's a little bit easier on more textured lids if you are a little bit older, like myself. And the next thing I did was just apply this shade with my finger all over my lid, and it has this super cool coral and then peachy gold, or maybe like dusty rose peachy gold. It's such a cool color, and that's when it gets on my eyelids, I feel like it looks a little bit lighter, and just, I don't know, I love this color on my face. And then after that, I took the most shimmery shade, which is kind of got a little bit of a pink tone to it. It's like kind of a golden peachy pink. I don't know what to call it, but it is so shiny, as you can see. I was thinking at first I was just gonna put it in the center of my lids, but then I decided to just go ahead and kind of blend it out and get it a little bit more distributed all over my lid to just kind of amp up the whole shiny factor. The shimmer, Juvia's Place shimmers are so gorgeous, and there's something about how they just like melt into my eyelids and are surprisingly kind to that texture on my eyelids. They don't ever look scaly. They just get kind of smooth on my lids, and it's just gorgeous. It's like the closest I can get to a real glossy finish from a powder. It's amazing. And then after that, I wanted to add a little depth to the crease, so I started first with this kind of medium dark warmer brown, and I put that on the outer corner and then brought that really just following the shape of my eye. My eyes are a little bit more rounded, and I don't have much space in between my crease and my eyebrow, so I do actually bring it up to my eyebrow at the highest point in my crease, which is kind of like right here. It's not in the middle, it's a little bit off center, closer to my nose. So I just bring it up really high there to just kind of accentuate that natural shape I have of my eye. I don't do a lot of like winged shapes because it's just like fighting so hard against my eye shape that it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I try to just like work with the shape I have and accentuate that natural shape. And then I decided I didn't feel like it was quite the right tone I was going for, and I wanted something a little bit darker. So I went to the darkest color in this palette, and I love this color. It is so interesting, and I love how it interacts with the other shades in this palette. It's just a really kind of charcoal brown, and I love how cool it is and how it doesn't get muddy or weird looking when I mix it with the other shades. I just love how it adds like this kind of cool depth without it going weird. I don't know how to describe it other than it doesn't do weird things that I might expect from this type of shade. So that was exactly the kind of depth I was looking for. I just took a fairly small crease brush to try to keep it like in one spot, the same I did with the warmer, lighter brown. And I really liked how that looked. And then I just went through and kind of blended some more. I took a little bit more of a dense crease brush that I could then blend out a little bit, blend the edges, and just blend where I had put the darker shades a little bit more, and I really liked how that was going. I tight lined with a another cool dark brown. I've been wearing this a lot lately. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Liner in Demolition. It's a nice cool dark brown that does not have any shimmer or glitter in it, which I appreciate. And so I did that on my upper and lower waterlines. And then I was thinking about lining my lids with that, but I decided to just go back to that super neat, cool dark brown, charcoal-y type shade, and I just took a push liner style brush. Where is it? Or a flat liner brush. And that was the e.l.f. Eyeliner brush. This one is really nice for lower lash line. I think Morphe has a brush that's kind of like this. So if you're looking for an alternative to the Morphe, this is a really nice one. And what I used to place color in my crease was the Makeup Geek Defined Crease Brush. This is not my favorite brush. It's like, and I think that's more of me, how I like to use my brushes, but I do like it. I prefer the ones that are a little bit more compact and dense to actually place the color, and then I'll go back and blend with something else. I've realized that's just how I like to use brushes personally. And then what I used for the blending was, I don't know if it's decrease, DE crease, detail crease maybe, and my inner corner also, which I'll get to in a second. I used this Laura Mercier dual-ended brush that came in a palette that I bought many years ago, and yeah, I really like these little brushes. The ponytail brush of Laura Mercier, which I also have a little travel size version of, is a great blending brush. Really, really nice. And then for my lower lash line, I think I went back to this shade, which is actually the shade that I used in my crease. And I just applied that with that Laura Mercier detail crease brush. And then I went in again with the e.l.f. eyeliner brush to that kind of charcoal brown shade at my lower lash line, really right up close to my waterline, so that it will help keep my waterline eyeliner from like drifting away, and it will also kind of set it a little because some of that eyeshadow kind of creeps up into my eyelashes. And then I just did upper and lower mascara. I used a thin coat of the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and then I ended up topping the top also with this because it had been a while. I find this builds on top of itself quite nicely, but not if you leave it to like fully dry. So I went ahead and just put some of the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash on top of the Lash Paradise on my upper lashes, and also this was on my lower lashes. So I really like this eyeshadow look, and actually what gave me inspiration to do it was looking at my own Instagram pictures. I'm like, oh, I really like that. I was trying to go through, I was feeling kind of like, I don't know what to do today. I just want something pretty and shiny and whatever. And I went scrolling through my Instagram Face of the Day pictures. I'm like, oh, I like that one, Juvia's Place. Oh, I like that one, Juvia's Place. Yeah. So I ended up just going with this one. I thought this one was just really unique and pretty. So that is this eye look. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you have used any of the Juvia's Place palettes, what's your favorite? Are you thinking about buying one? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video and leaving a comment and a like and subscribing. If you want to see more stuff from me, please subscribe. I would love to have you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.